everybody, Anthony Morton's Training Academy. Today I'm just going to get into a little bit of a side note on weapons training. Any weapon that you guys can get familiar with is going to be to your benefit. Don't always limit yourself to say nunchakos or bow staff or size. Try to every day learn something different, learn something that's going to create value. And you may say, well, say like a PR-24. You say, well, who carries PR-24s anymore? It's not about carrying PR-24s. It's about learning how to master a tool. So it's like the PR-24. It's like, got the handle, length, and thrust. You can use this as thrusting, okay? You can use this as for an extension. You can use this for hitting the head. Now, what I like doing with the PR-24 is the same thing that I do with my baton or with sticks. I will take and I will run this like so. Now, if any time you notice how that spins, now that's creating speed and creating power. If I come up here and I'm making contact on that last spin right here, okay, that's got a lot of force involved. So trying to get used to mastering different, if I can use the word master, because that's thrown out there so much lately that it doesn't have a whole lot of meaning. But you know, learning how to, I carried this one here when I was in the sheriff's office before we went to a collapsible baton. But I'm very proficient with it. And when I say proficient, I understand everything about this thing. I understand this, I understand this, I understand here, how I'm going to manipulate that, how I'm going to cover, And so getting familiar with it, and it still goes back to collie. Now, there's sometimes that it's like this one here, Cedro James DeMille gave to me. It's a chunk of metal. The thing is really heavy, and it's one that he used, you know, when he was a deputy. And it's got a little spinner here, so your hand will move, but the thing is just a chunk of iron. Now, it still does the same purpose. You know, it has the same purpose as my other PR-24. Now, this one here has a kind of a sentimental one to me. A good friend of mine, Galen Couch, died quite a while back, and he gave this to me before he died. And he was on bomb squad, and he did a lot of cool stuff, and he was a black belt, and so we had a lot of fun training and a lot of fun, but he gave this to me, and so it's just kind of one of those things that means a lot to me. It's all metal, it's got the plastic handle, and it does spin. Now, like I said, understanding how to use them, how to wheel them, and you don't always have to. This is another baton, an older one. It's still a plastic type, fiberglass, whatever it is, but you know, it still moves. Okay, it's still, but it's what your hands are doing. Okay. And so training constantly, however, you know, whatever you're doing with these, you have to do it constantly. Now, this one here, this is 200 layers of cardboard. When I went to the police academy, the instructor up there, was one of my instructors, jiu-jitsu instructors, and his name was Lynn Tatum, Now, when I got to the police academy, after the academy, I was up there getting, we were in the baton class, a collapsible baton class, and he brought this out and he gave it to me, and he says, it was kind of funny because he says, I think you're the only one that will appreciate this because it's got a wedge here, and so it's really good for striking, like striking the legs, okay, striking the neck, striking the arms, and it is, you can't break it. 200 layers of cardboard, so it's like a micarta, and but anyway, that's got some, you know, stories. I never really carried it when I was on the force, but I thought it was really cool, and it was a great gesture on his part to, you know, to give it to me. So anyway, tonfa, okay, which is Okinawan, okay, it's wooden, okay, you can spin it, okay, it doesn't spin as easy as the PR-24s, but it does work, okay. They keep improving them year after year after year. They would do little things, but a lot of times this is for like blocking. They can block, you can hit with it, but just getting to the point where you guys can learn every single little thing about weapons, and they don't always have to be weapons. It could be anything. It could be a hammer, okay, and I have hammers hanging here, and I have all these different training guns and the training tools, you know, padded knives. You have to train constantly, okay, and you can't just say, well, okay, I'm good for this week. No, it has to be a continual, because if I step out that door and I see somebody that's in need of help, it's my job to try to help the best way I can. And I know a lot of times guys say, well, you don't really need to get involved. Well, sometimes that is true, that we don't need to get involved, but as a person of, how would I say it, that has the training, we need to be able to defend those that can't defend themselves. And so, but anyway, it was on PR-24 and a tonfa today. So try to take the time and learn how to deal with everything. Everything has, you need to be curious about everything. It can be, you know, axes, you know. Okay, it doesn't have to be this type of an axe. It doesn't even have to have the hole here. But, you know, play with it, get familiarized with it, and that's kind of where we're at for today. Thank you guys for your comments, and keep watching, keep subscribing to my channel, and thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.